Now, this may take a little bit of consideration, a little bit of thought, but for my inaugural episode, I must go big. So here's the truth about sweet little Pinkie Pie, the one the big sun doesn't wish you to know. Now, first let us think about Pinkie Pie, her parents and siblings down on the rock farm that look nothing like her. But as we can clearly see with the Apple family, Rarity, and even Rainbow Dash, they all seem to have some sort of resemblance to the rest of their family, whether it be the same color, the same mane, the same coat, or at least an adjacent color. Now, how could this have happened? Now, let's consider her ability to do such chaotic things that even other ponies question. She can keep up with Rainbow Dash, the fastest flyer in all of Equestria. She knows things that no pony else seems to know, such as the location of the duplicating mirror. She can seemingly pull random things out of thin air. And then we have her Pinkie sense, a seeming godlike power to predict things that have yet to happen, even beyond the logic and science-based reasoning of Twilight. So, now, let's think. Who else has seemingly godlike powers, can appear out of nowhere, and has knowledge of things that no other pony seems to? That's right, Discord. He also has many abilities that are very similar to Pinkie's. His power might be on a far larger scale than Pinkie's, but it is still seemingly similar. They can both appear when they are needed, not to mention they both warp the world to their whims. They both can seemingly alter the minds of others. Now, Discord's is quite obvious with the episode in the Labyrinth, but Pinkie's is quite subtle. She's friends with every pony in Ponyville and yet seemingly does things that could and probably should mess up and even ruin some of her relationships. Yet everyone happily forgives and forgets. Now, the biggest evidence of this is what happened with Cranky Doodle Donkey. Throughout the whole episode, she does nothing but ruin his life, and when she finally finds his long-lost love, he quickly forgives and forgets. Now, any normal pony, or donkey rather, would at least have some form of resentment towards Pinkie's incompetence, but he forgives her immediately and embraces her with open hoofs. And we're supposed to believe that it's all because of friendship and love. Isn't that just a little bit too convenient, though? I mean, this pink pony came in and destroyed all of your worldly possessions, let alone priceless mementos that you can no longer replace. She did find your own love, and I'd be happy if she was pining for me also, but I don't think it's worth losing everything in the world. I can see being happy for reuniting you with an old flame, but not happy enough to completely forgive the crazy pink pony who has single-handedly ruined your whole life. Well, maybe not ruined, but definitely incapacitated it. Now, me, personally, I might have forgiven her, but I wouldn't have embraced her and called her my friend and mindlessly forgiven her. So, you might wonder what I'm building up to. Well, it's been presented before that Celestia wants to harness the powers of Discord, but who's to say that her attempt to have Twilight and the other main six reform him was her first attempt? I mean, she's had him captive for well over 1,000 years, so, you know, I'm sure she's tried it at least a couple times before. Now, think about this. What if one of the attempts to control the power of Discord was to create a pony? A little subservient pony that had part of his power infused into her core, into her very essence. But, upon birth, she realized that this little pony was useless and didn't harness any of the power that he had. So she dubbed the pony experiment a failure and shipped her off to some random farm on the edge of nowhere, just to be rid of it. But when the little experiment discovered that she had loved to have fun, loved to throw parties, she inadvertently tapped into her latent power. The power that Celestia so craved. It seemed that this power was much less potent than what Discord had. So, rather than waste her own time, Celestia sent her prized student to Ponyville in order to make friends And also to make sure that this little experiment, this little failed experiment, didn't run amok, cause too much havoc, or worse yet, revolt, and become powerful and turn against her. What better way to prevent this than to plant her own student, her own prized student, as this pony's, failed experiment's best friend. Now, is Pinkie just a failed experiment, or a wonderful eccentric pony? That's the question. You tell me.